Did you know that the very first wristwatches were made for women, and that men refused to wear them for decades? Today, we're uncovering how a fashion accessory became a battlefield necessity, then a status symbol, and now a full-blown mini-computer on your wrist. Stick around because I've got surprising stories, jaw-dropping innovations, and even some tips on picking the perfect watch for you. Welcome back to Explain This, where we break down fascinating history and tech in plain English. This video is brought to you by Snapped, your go-to for fashion, home goods, and more. Check out Snap.store for exclusive deals today. In the 1800s, men prized their pocket watches, kept safe in a vest pocket, chain elegantly draped. But for women, timepieces were tiny jewelry pieces dubbed wristlets. Imagine pearl-encrusted bracelets with clock faces, more decorative than practical. Many gentlemen snubbed them, calling them dainty novelties. Brands like Patek Philippe and Breguet experimented with wristlet designs for women in the 1860s. Queen Victoria even owned one, cementing its status as feminine finery. But let's be honest, most of these early watches didn't keep time very accurately. They were more about style than precision. Fun fact, Lady Lavinia in Victorian England actually used her wristlet to covertly coordinate rendezvous with her suitors. With just a secret look at the dial, the date was set. It's where romance meets horology. When World War I broke out in 1914, soldiers in the trenches just couldn't fumble for pocket watches while under fire. They needed both hands free to reload rifles, signal, and navigate those muddy trenches. Wristwatches with leather straps and shatterproof crystals quickly became indispensable. German officers' watches featured luminous dials and rotating bezels to time artillery barrages. The British Dirty Dozen, that's a set of 12 manufacturers, was commissioned by the Ministry of Defense to produce robust, waterproof watches. These timepieces had standardized specs, black dials, white numerals, and a hacking seconds hand for synchronized attacks. After the war, returning soldiers wore their wristwatches off the battlefield. Civilians started to notice that a wristwatch wasn't just a bauble, it was actually practical. By the 1920s, men's wristwatches really took over. Designers began blending military durability with Art Deco flair. Think sunburst dials and geometric indices. If you own a vintage military-style watch, tell me which one in the comments. Let's geek out over models. Through the 1930s to the 60s, Swiss manufacturers pushed mechanical watchmaking to new heights. Brands like Rolex introduced automatic winding, where your wrist's motion actually powers the watch. Patek Philippe perfected perpetual calendars, and Omega's Speedmaster was flight qualified by NASA in 1965. Wristwatches became status symbols. Think Sean Connery's Rolex Submariner in James Bond films, or Steve McQueen's Heuer Monaco on racetracks. Celebrities and athletes set trends. Suddenly, everyone wanted that sporty chronograph, or, a sleek dress watch. Vintage mechanical watches now fetch insane sums at auction. Just last year, a 1950s Patek Philippe reference 1527 sold for over $7 million. Proof that, honestly, craftsmanship and history are just, priceless. Legend has it that astronaut Buzz Aldrin left his Speedmaster on the lunar surface, making the sub the first watch on the moon. Space history on your wrist? How cool is that? In 1969, Seiko unveiled the Astron, the world's first quartz wristwatch. Battery-powered, accurate to within seconds per month, and far cheaper to produce. Swiss giants were blindsided. Many collapsed in the so-called quartz crisis. The 1980s brought LED and LCD displays. Suddenly, you could read the time in the dark or even do math on your wrist with calculator watches from Texas Instruments. Casio's F91W launched in 1989 and still sells millions yearly, proof that basic, reliable design endures. Retro digital has come back. Vintage styles are trending. You'll see old-school Casios paired with modern streetwear. Before the Apple Watch, gadgets like the Microsoft Spot, which came out in 2004, used FM signals to deliver news right to your wrist. But honestly, they were pretty clunky and had poor battery life. In 2015, Apple launched its watch, combining fitness tracking, notifications, and apps all in one. Samsung, Garmin, Fitbit, and Fossil all jumped in too. Now you can run GPS-guided routes, monitor ECGs, and even unlock your car, all without pulling out your phone. Health and fitness features include heart rate zones, sleep stages, and SPO2 readings. For connectivity, you get Bluetooth calls, contactless payments. Just tap to pay and smart home controls. And for customization, you can swap out straps and pick watch faces to match every mood or outfit. So I started wearing a smartwatch about 2 years ago, and honestly, it reminds me to stand whenever I get a little too glued to my desk. It even tracked a mild arrhythmia, which actually prompted me to see a doctor. Talk about life-saving tech. You know, rumor has it that next-gen smartwatches will have non-invasive glucose monitoring, slimmer designs, and longer battery life. We might even see AR glasses syncing right up with your wrist. No screens needed on your phone at all. So, which smartwatch feature could you just never live without? Drop it in the comments. I'm really curious what you all love most. Quick reminder, this video is brought to you by Znapped. Just head over to Znapped.store to shop the latest fashion and home good finds. Honestly, perfect additions to your smart lifestyle. So there you have it. From delicate wristlets for Victorian ladies to life-saving tools in the Great War to luxury heirlooms and now powerful health companions on your wrist. Watches have always reflected our needs, and honestly, I can't wait to see where they go next. Now it's your turn. What era of watch design fascinates you the most? Let me know below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give it a thumbs up, hit our subscribe button, and share this video with your friends who love a good timepiece tale. Thanks for watching Explain This, and I'll see you in the next video.